Yeah, obviously a close game. It comes down to little things. I think that's what we expected. That's what it was last time we played these guys, and tonight was no different.
Space is always going to be hard to come by against them. Is there anything you guys could have done differently tonight to create a bit more?
I don't know. I think we'll have to go over that. I think if you look at the first period, I think they controlled play, and then I thought we improved in the second. And again, just a close game all around, and that's what you come to expect.
Just how different are they when they have Barkov in the lineup?
Yeah, he's obviously an impactful player. He plays a great 200-foot game, and he's a big part of what they're doing. So they're deep, and again, close game, and it was no different in our building, and that's how it always is.
What sort of response are you expecting tomorrow? You guys don't have to sit on this one long.
Yeah, these are important games. It's good that we get to get right back at it, and tomorrow night's important, and it's important that we get focused and we do what we got to do tonight to prepare to play tomorrow, and important games here down the stretch.
What did you make of Joseph's work tonight?
I thought Joe was great. We want to help him out as much as we can by blocking shots and talking to him when he's out playing the puck, but both our goalies have been outstanding for us all year, and I thought Joe was good tonight.
The stuff at the end of the buzzer, do you feel like there's a bit of tone setting going on just in case you guys meet in the playoffs?
I don't know. I think if you watch the last shift, it's just they're just out there playing hard. I don't think that there's anything that crossed any kind of line or anything like that. That's just the way it goes this time of year.
How do you assess the performance tonight?
Well, it's obviously a tight game, and there's not much room. That's what they do. They put you under a lot of pressure, and we got to execute through that and make them have to play through our pressure, which I think they probably executed a little better than us. And just eventually, when they're around your net more often than you are around theirs, there's obviously creates opportunity for good things to happen, which kind of happened on the second goal. So we just didn't carry play, I think, as much as we'd like. Obviously, they play hard. They came hard. We had a much better second period and put ourselves in a good spot, and we just didn't execute enough in the third.
What do you think you guys could do to create more offense?
I think you just have to. The play without the puck, I think, is critical. The way that you support one another, you make your reads to, be on your toes to be ready for that next play. When you're advancing it up the ice, and when you're on the forecheck to stall plays, to cause turnovers, to earn more pucks in the offensive zone, and then just execution. I think when you have opportunities to make a play, just being crisp with the puck, and obviously I think we get opportunities to deliver it and get people there. Have to look to do that.
What do you make of how Joseph performed in goal tonight?
Yeah, he was great. Obviously, gave us a really good chance to win. So, really talented goalie. We're very lucky to have him, and played really well today.
What happened on the face-off before the Forsling goal? It looked like maybe it was dropped before you expected.
That one's on me. I think you understand tendencies of guys you go against and what they do, and I was anticipating something on his end, and I just completely mistimed it and misread it, and it's on me. Obviously, you can't lose them clean like that and give an opportunity in the middle of the ice.
It seemed like they were finishing checks right to the end of the buzzer. How much did this feel like a bit of tone setting in case you guys cross paths down the road?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously possibility of that happening. I think we're aware of the way they like to play, the caliber team they have, and we're excited about whatever challenge we face. So, we need to just continue to build our game and worry about what we have to do, and the way we have to execute, and the way we have to compete and play hard and stand our ground.
What sort of challenge do you see tomorrow against a rested Tampa team?
Well, obviously, really high octane elite players can really make you pay in many different parts of the game if you're not well structured and execute well. Obviously, have a tremendous pedigree as well. And Vasilevsky's having a really good year, and there's always been one of the top goalies in the league. So, been very good at home. So it'll be quite the test, and obviously another big game.
What made Florida tough to break down here tonight?
Yeah, I think our forecheck wasn't really good enough. I think we were a little sloppy in that sense, and just let them break out a little bit too easy. I think we didn't get enough shots on net. Didn't make it difficult in front of their net, so I think that was the difference.
Just how different are they when they have Barkov in the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's a great player, good on draws, very strong defensively. He's always above you, and he's always making the right play. So, yeah, it makes it challenging playing against them. You know, trying to create offense, but yeah, we're gonna have to learn to do that. You know, against these guys.
How did you feel about the power play tonight? What were you feeling out there on the man advantage?
I didn't think it was good enough. Obviously, I think on the draws, you know, I think we you know, lost some puck battles and just we're a little sloppy on our entries, and I think that's just what set it apart and didn't really get us those chances to score and you know, tie the game there.
What do you make of how Joseph played in goal tonight?
I think he played well. You know, I think he's you know, obviously steady and you know, he only let in 2 goals tonight. So you know, I think we got to create more offense and be better in front of him. You know, I think he did a phenomenal job tonight.
Seemed like they were pretty physical, even right to the end of the buzzer. How much did this feel like a tone-setting game in case you guys cross paths down the road here?
I mean, it's always physical. You know, we expect it when we come in here that it's going to be, you know, a hard battle, and yeah, so we knew it was going to be like this, and you know, we tried to push back, but I think we didn't do a good enough job. You know, I think our physicality, you know, kind of, you know, I think we were a little bit soft in some areas, and you know, not through the full 60. So yeah, we're going to have to learn to do that when it comes to playoff times.
What happened? Why do you think that was the case tonight? The travel catch up, or?
No, I just think you know, I think we just need to talk more. You know, have a little bit more juice, and I think we were just a little slow to pucks. You know, obviously we weren't creating much offense, so I think that, you know, kind of, you know, bummed us a little bit. And you know, I think we gotta know that the simple hockeys is what's gonna, you know, create the offense for us and create that juice.
You guys
Almost
have played
positive that you get right back at it tomorrow night against another worthy opponent.
I think so, for sure. You know, I think we're all hungry and eager to prove that, you know, this game wasn't was just a fluke, and you know, I think that we can do a lot better, you know, and we want to prove that tomorrow. So.
Okay. How do you see as the difference in this one tonight?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's usually a tight game when we play against them, and in tight games, it's usually, you know, a bounce that goes either way. And unfortunately, we were on the wrong side of that bounce tonight, and I don't think that takes away from I thought we played a strong third period and gave ourselves a couple good chances towards the end, but you know, it comes down to one play and you know, tight one.
Felt like you were very comfortable tonight. Like, how would you assess your performance?
Yeah, I think just again sticking to my process, and I thought I did a good job of just staying even keeled. But I think the team did a good job as well. As a couple guys stepped up and had some huge blocks. You know, Matthews in the third with, you know, probably the block of the game, and again seeing your top guys do that's pretty special.
How would you describe Florida's attack from your point of view? How they go about things?
Yeah, they're just they're hard. They're a hard team to play against. They're always on top of you, and you know, they're a very good forechecking team. So they're good at keeping the puck in and working in the zone. And sometimes it feels like they're always on top of you like that. And yeah, they have a good team there. They're tight defensively. So again, you know, it's a tight game, and it's a bounce either way.
From a goaltending perspective, what do you make of Mitch Marner's 2 empty net saves there?
Yeah, he's pretty good back there. When we have the 6-on-5, you know, throughout the year, he's made some nice saves. So you know, maybe a goalie in a different life.
Ekman Larsson was saying Forsling's got a bomb. We saw him score against Anthony last week. What makes his shot tough?
Yeah, he can rip the puck. Yeah, that's what I got for you. He can shoot it pretty good.
What did you see on the Marchand breakaway, shorthanded there?
Yeah, just not you know, just seeing him come in and getting out and doing my best to make the stop. And I think it was a good time in the game to keep it tied.
Yeah, they wanted it more than us. It starts in the face of circle. You know, they're 70% tonight. You know, to me, it just comes down to competitiveness and digging in more. They seemed like a more desperate team than us.
John gets the goal, but outside of that, your big guys didn't get a lot of shots or chances. What do they need to create more?
Well, you're gonna have to get in there and win battles against this team. That's for sure. I mean, you know, we spent, you know, too much time defending, not enough time in the offensive zone tonight. Second period wasn't bad, but you know, we didn't generate a lot because they won all the battles in the offensive zone, in my opinion. And I didn't think we moved the puck quick enough in the offensive zone. Like, they're on you. They're tight. You got to move it quick. You got to deliver pucks quick. We didn't do a good enough job of that.
Why do you think they wanted it more? Is it you guys were playing really well, had the results? You
I
took
said
your
they
foot off
looked
the-
like they wanted it
looked
more.
like, okay.
So that's the word I used.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we just, listen, like I said, we got to be more competitive than that.
What do you make of how Joseph Woll?
He played excellent, gave us a chance to get points tonight, in my opinion.
Is it encouraging as both guys are kind of ramping up?
Yeah, no, it is, for sure. He was solid.
What do you see on special teams on your power play
Well,
in particular?
Yeah, we had 2 power plays. Again, it boils down to a lot of the same stuff. We had a couple looks, but they're a good penalty kill. There's a lot of pressure. They don't give you a lot of time. And again, it just boils down to doing things quickly and delivering pucks to the net. It really does. And we didn't enter the zone very well either on our breakouts on the BP.
How much better of a performance are you expecting tomorrow?
From us?
Yeah.
Well, we need to respond. We've got to be better than we were tonight, that's for sure. Okay?
Thank you.